What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Oh man, it's been a crazy week for me. Had a big exam. I did okay. I'm all right with that, but I just got to set the tone, try to keep my A, and go from there. But what do you guys think of my intro? I just had to spice it up a little bit more Sith-like and Exegol-like, so I had to really spice it up with this channel. I mean, I got a mic. I have an intro now, and I got 3 really good dividend stocks to buy right now. I own some of these, and I'm going to add a bonus stock at the end, of course. So again, if you are new to this channel, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. Once you hit that notification bell, all these videos are free for you guys. Remember, I do about 4 to 5 videos a week on dividend stocks, hot ones, ones that are on people's radar, ones that you never even heard of. And some of them I own. Some of you guys are very surprised at some of these dividend stocks out there. There's really good ones out there. And this is why I post these videos for you guys. Whether you're a day trader, you have a traditional or Roth IRA, or you're a dividend investor, this channel is for you guys. Everything's free. I just ask you to smash the like button, follow on this channel, comment, be active. That's all I'm looking for. So let's check these stocks out right now. Happy Dividend Day to all the Altria investors, myself included. I know a lot of you guys are big into Altria. I absolutely love this dividend stock. I hope it can keep its reputation of increasing its dividend consecutively. This stock, okay, what's very interesting about Altria, they're very well diversified and they adapt to a lot of change. They haven't done well against the S&P as of late. So, this is a stock that's down, and they're putting their reputation on the line with their dividends, so they got to do something about that. So they don't decrease their price per share, and they don't decrease their dividend or freeze it, because people will be surprised. I mean, look what happened to AT&T. People are like, whoa. I don't think Altria is going to do that, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to go on their website, review some of their products, and just show you that I think those guys are fine, and they're going to be in for the long run. Again, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes. I am long in Altria, and I'm going to explain to you why. Let's check this out. Well, the first thing, here's one thing that these guys own is a wine estate. So Altria has expanded into the wine and spirits industry, which I think is very interesting. And people drink wine like crazy now. People love wine. My brother and sister-in-law just went to California in the vineyards, and this is what's important about Altria is they have expanded. They're all about expanding and going to what the consumers want and demand. So I think that's awesome what they're doing on their portfolio. We also have some other things that Altria is looking at. Let's check that out. So I'm on their website, and they're trying to say, oh, smoking's bad, and don't smoke, don't vape. Give me a break. People are going to smoke. It doesn't matter how much you educate these people. COPD's out there. I mean, I walk on the street sometimes, go by a shopping center. I see people have oxygen on them, and they're smoking a cigarette, and everybody's like, whoa, you got to be careful. It's like Cousin Eddie or something, or with Christmas Vacation with Uncle Stan throwing the cigar in an explosion. Everybody's like watching out, but people don't care. I mean, it's really sad to say, but people are going to smoke. You can educate them all you want. People are going to vape. I mean, Altria's invested also heavily into the Mary Jane business, and they're discussing, the Mary Jane and, this and that. Altria knows how to adapt. And trust me, they know how to work the system with, telling people smoking's bad, chewing tobacco is bad. Do you think people are still going to smoke? They're still going to do stuff. But what I think is very interesting is they're going into, the wine estates. And I think that's really good because, the thing is, like, it's just crazy. I'm going to say this one more time. It's just crazy at the wine and spirits. I really need to find an ETF for that because it's unbelievable how much wine people drink now, especially millennials. I mean, I'm still an IPA person. If I go on a date or something with someone, maybe I'll go to a wine bar. I haven't done that in years because I have no life in graduate school and stuff. But it's they know what they're doing, and I just have a lot of confidence in them. They generate a ton of money, and I mean, look at how many dividends they pay out. Their grew adjusted diluted EPS. So, things are pretty strong with these guys. They have a reputation of increasing their dividend and keeping their reputation as one of the top dividend stocks out there. So I'm going to jump to their dividend history real quick. I'm going to tell you, if you're a dividend aristocrat or a dividend king, you will do what you can to keep your reputation, because the moment you cut your dividend or suspend it, people are gonna freak out and panic sell. I mean, look at AT&T. I'm gonna say that again. AT&T stock. Everybody's everybody's freaking out. I mean, I was on Twitter and Facebook. I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it. Altria has a reputation, and they will do whatever they can. If you saw on their website, they're discussing dividends. So the PE ratio is 20.34, dividend yield 7.35%. I have these guys on M1 Finance. I am long with them. I do need to put a little bit more in them. I'm not going to lie, because they're increasing their dividends, and people are going to smoke. People are going to party. I mean, you go outside of a bar or something, people are smoking cigarettes. They just don't care. I don't care how much you educate people. It's going to happen. I mean, I tell people all the time, don't smoke. Instead of smoking, put money or smoking cigarettes, throw it in Altria. And, it's unbelievable. I mean, I have friends that smoke. They're at the pool, they're vaping and stuff. And it's like, God, it's like, instead of vaping and stuff and smoking, I literally show them statistics. Just throw money in Altria stock. You spend $2,000 a year on smoking, and you can just put it in Altria and get something out of it. I mean, come on, man. Look at this. 80 cents, 84 cents, and 86 cents. And, I don't want to smell like a cigarette around people. It's just people want that lifestyle. I mean, here and there I'll smoke a cigar, but it's just people don't care. I mean, I'm going to say this again. Even if they have COPD, they're going to smoke. Some people have pulmonary fibrosis. I can't even tell you. I take care of patients. They're done with open heart, and they still smoke. You tell them, don't. It's going to screw up your vessels. They're going to do it anyways. It's very sad. I don't care how much advertisements out there not to smoke. They're going to do it anyways. And, these companies will say, oh, yeah, don't smoke. Smoking's bad. I mean, look at their website. They're trying to act like they're so pure and clean. They don't care. They're going to make money off of people's smoking. I mean, nicotine's a very addicting drug, and it's not going anywhere. And vaping and this and that, you can do what you want to try to penalize these guys. You don't think they have any power with the people in office or lobbying? I mean, come on. This is, unfortunately, I mean, they might. I'm not saying they are, but, they know how to work the system. They know how to woo people. That's why they're strong. It's a shame to say this, but they know what they're doing. They know how to woo people. They know how to woo the right people. And they'll just keep on increasing their dividend. So let's jump to the next stock. Here's another stock that has a very good reputation of increasing their dividends. And they really haven't done well against the S&P as of late. But I'm going to tell you, I cannot tell you how many Cardinal Health products I see in the hospital being a nurse. Cardinal Health gloves. I mean, those ain't cheap. And they have a ton of products that the consumers need in the hospital and outside the hospital. Wound vacs, a lot of things. I'm going to jump to their website real quick and just show you what these guys are capable of. And don't be scared if there's, things that say that they're underperforming or this and that. They have a reputation that they have to increase their dividend. So I'm just letting you know, they'll do what they can to keep their rep. Like I said, if you're a dividend king, dividend aristocrat, you suspend your dividend or you don't increase your dividend or you cut your dividend, ooh, you're going to get a lot of heat from investors. So let's jump to their website real quick. So here's just some products they have. These are called like I call them SCDs. These prevent um, clots from forming. I'm trying to just be as basic as possible, but a lot of these things like massage your calves, kind of, and they prevent clots from forming because when you're in the hospital, you're pretty sick and you don't want to move around as much. They put these on people's legs, and it's a nice calf massager. So anytime if one of your family members is in the hospital, you say get those SCDs on. I'm telling you because it prevents VTEs or venous thromboembolisms or clots to happen in the heart. So you tell them keep those SCDs on their calves. So it's right here, actually, on their website. It just shows you how they work, and that's important. I mean, that prevents clots, that prevents hospital acquired deaths. So that's a big product that they carry. I'm going to jump to a few other things. Of course, gloves. Oh my gosh, professional products. Where are we at? Now I don't own these guys, but oh my gosh, gloves. How many gloves do we use? All the time. Surgical gloves, clean room gloves. If I had to do sterile technique and insert a Foley catheter in someone, has a Cardinal Health logo. I mean, these guys are in demand. Exam gloves, clean room gloves. Look at some of these infection control. Let's see. What else do they got that I see all the time? Wound drainage. Oh my gosh, these things are beautiful. Jackson Pratt wound drain. So it's like negative pressure. So if you have a wound, it sucks out all the gunk and stuff that people have in them. And I actually had a JP drain in me before I became a nurse, and I was an exercise physiologist. I had surgery on a hernia, and inside my mesh I developed an abscess, and I had to have some stuff done. But guess what? I had a JP drain in me, and that was to suck out a bunch of gunk. And when I got discharged from the hospital, I had to do obviously document my intake and output and stuff. And I was like, man, I could do this stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool with a lot of these products. These are just some of them. Let's do one more. N95 respirators. Gee, like we never used those in the hospital at all, especially during the pandemic of COVID. So people have TB, or this might be the norm with wearing N95 or face shields. So they got a lot of products that people need out there, especially during the pandemic and everything. I mean, people are still going to need N95s, rule out TB. And don't forget, tuberculosis is starting to get antibiotic resistant. So I was telling you guys about Zyvox with some medications. That's one important one that Pfizer carries. That's the other name for it. But that's something they carry that actually goes after antibiotic resistant TB. So there's a big correlation with all these medical products. And, N95s are important right now. So everybody's worried about the Delta variant. It is a beast. I'm just giving you guys a warning. Make sure you take care of yourself. I mean, if you're not healthy, get healthy. If you didn't want the vaccine, it's your choice. I'm not going to look at you different. I mean, I know some people that had some pretty bad adverse effects, very small percentage, but um, you know, make a choice on that. That's your call. I already took my vaccine, so I did a live video with you guys too that I was beat up. But this is what they got, and it's very important. This is why I'm looking at buying these guys. They're not jumping up too much, and I'm going to jump to their dividend history. Look at this. They're increasing their dividends, increasing 48, 49 cents, almost 50 cents, 3.44% dividend yield, PE ratio of 14.66, annual dividend of $1.96. How can you say no to that? I mean, I'm attracted to that stock. I mean, I see their products. They're damn good products. They're in demand. People need these. I mean, people are getting sicker. So, which leads to my last dividend stock, and I've done a few videos on them. And then I'll do that bonus stock at the end. But think about this. Okay, the last two videos, I have people that smoke. The last two stocks, just had people that smoke. They don't care. And now we're talking about discussing healthcare. So, smoking, not good. So people go to the hospital because they're smoking and they're sick. and then they're in the hospital admitted, and guess what? We're using Cardinal Health products on them. A little bit of a correlation there. So, the future is bright in healthcare. People just don't care. They're not going to take care of themselves. And that's why Altria is good, and that's why Cardinal Health's good. So let's jump to this next stock. Yes, it's that monthly dividend stock, LTC Properties, $38.97. Whew. It's less than Main Street Capital right now. Main Street Capital, it appears to be $41.50. Less than Stag at $39.04. LTC Properties is a real estate investment trust that is healthcare properties, long-term care properties, and it's a monthly dividend. Let's check out their website. Look at this. This is their diversification. Okay, I have these on M1 Finance. I probably need to get them a little bit bigger percentage-wise. I know, like, I put a lot of money in it. I sold Seagate and AT&T and bought a little bit of LTC and other dividend stocks. But look at this. These guys, look at what they own, okay? Brookdale Senior Living, Senior Care Centers, Prestige Healthcare, Fundamental, Genesis Healthcare. So these are Brookdale, these are like big companies that are kind of like rehab facilities. And guess who's paying rent to them? They're paying rent to LTC. It's broadly diversified. Look at this balanced revenue stream of private pay sources and government reimbursement. We strategically leverage successful existing partner relations to expand our portfolio while being mindful of operator concentration. Look at this assisted living, 106 properties, skilled nursing. People are going to get sick. So let me just say this. You have someone that's a chronic smoker. I'll just give you an example of 3 ways that this correlates. These 3 stocks. Somebody is a chronic smoker. They have COPD. Terrible, like, let's just say their pulmonary function test is terrible. They need to go to rehab, okay? They get into the hospital. They're using Cardinal Health products. And guess what? They get discharged to a skilled nursing or assisted living facility. So it's almost like all 3 of these tied together. And it probably has happened numerous times, just thinking of scenarios. Skilled nursing is in demand as well as assisted living. People are getting sicker. People are getting older. And there are people that should not live in the house. I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of people that should not live in their house, and they should be at assisted living or skilled nursing facilities. 106 properties and 73 properties. I absolutely love it. And these are some big centers too. Genesis Healthcare, Brookdale Senior Living. These are big time, known, big skilled rehab facilities and franchises. So this is what's important, okay? These guys aren't going anywhere. They're just going to be strong, and they're not doing too hot against the S&P, but they're going to increase their dividend over time. They have done that, which I'm going to show to you. And very slowly they have increased their dividend. It wasn't too fast, but it's a little slow. 15 cents, 17, 18, 19, stuck at 19, might crack the 20 eventually. PE ratio of 33.59, annual dividend of $2.28, dividend yield of 5.89%, and it's $38.87. I'm actually considering throwing this also on my E-Trade dividend portfolio. I have it on M1 Finance, but I'm also considering putting it on my E-Trade dividend portfolio. It's almost like totally worth it. I mean, it's cheap, in demand, and it's 19 cents. And it's a rate. Remember, real estate investment trust, 90% of what the companies pretty much make, they have to give back to investors, so they're in big trouble. Which leads to my last stock, which is another REIT. And this one is $37.19, Omega Health Investors. And once I show you the dividend yield, you're going to be like, whoa. Now, what's nice about these guys is they're so well diversified. And they're a very strong healthcare REIT, and I'm going to show you their portfolios. A lot of you guys who are consistent on my channel, of course, I'm going to show new viewers this REIT and what it's about, because we need to know what's going on with these guys. Let's check it out. Look at this. They're a triple net equity REIT that supports the goals of skilled nursing facility and assisted living facility operators with financing and capital. We're partners with 70 of the most future-focused, growth-oriented operators in the U.S. and U.K. accelerating their growth strategies with a 1.45 billion unsecured credit facility and proven access to the largest public equity and debt markets in the world. So, look at their locations. 954 facilities. One, they're in a foreign country, so they're in the UK as well. 954 facilities, 70 operators in 42 states. That's pretty well diversified, and that's pretty big and strong. Let me jump to the dividend history real quick. And somebody's increasing their dividend. Look at this. 60 cents, 66, 67 cents, 7.3% dividend yield, PE ratio 37.57, annual dividend of $2.68, $37.19. How can you say no to that? So let me just sum this up. You got Altria. People are going to smoke. They don't care. They're expanding. They're hitting the Mary Jane business. You got Cardinal Health. These products are in demand. Gloves, surgical equipment, SCDs for, preventing like blood clots in the legs and DVTs in the legs, medical stuff. LTC Properties, skilled rehab facilities. People are getting sicker. People are getting older. Omega Health investors, same thing. You're seeing a trend. What people are doing with Altria, with some of their products, is carrying on to healthcare, and it's unfortunate. So Altria's in demand. These three stocks are in demand because people are unfortunately, Cardinal Health, Omega, and LTC, unfortunately, people are getting sicker. People are not taking care of themselves. It's catching up with them, and they're needing to go to these facilities. I mean, they can't take care of themselves at home. What happens when you're a smoker? Okay, you use Altria products and you're a smoker and you have diabetes and you have an infected foot. Well, you get amputated and then you have to go to a long-term care facility for rehab or a skilled rehab facility. Some places you might not even, in some, assessments, you might not even be able to go home because, you're smoking and you're not taking care of yourself. So there's a strong correlation with smoking in these other three stocks. So I really wanted to tell you that it ties in, and people just aren't going to care with smoking. So this is why, unfortunately, and I hate saying this, but Altria is going to be a stock in demand. So let me know what you think of this video. If you guys are new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let me know what you think of that intro. I did that for you guys. I wanted to be a little bit more dark and cryptic, a little bit more Sith-like. So you guys have a great weekend and be safe out there.